Now at 6, we're live at Third Thursday in Joplin for our last stop in the More Power to You tour. Plus, we're going to take a look at construction on the new Cornell complex in Joplin. And Freeman Health System begins construction on a new building dedicated to offices and services.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Hi everybody, we're live at Third Thursday in downtown Joplin to celebrate the completion of the More Power Tower project. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. For 6 straight weeks, we've been reporting live from different areas of the 4 states every Thursday during the 5 and 6 p.m. newscast as part of our More Power to You tour. We're going to have more on that in a moment. First, some of today's top stories. Spiva's Center for the Arts and Connect to Culture have brought arts and entertainment to Joplin. KOAM's Jalen Banks has how the two places are coming together under one roof.
The Spiva Center for the Arts and Connect to Culture have been staples in the Joplin community for bringing art and music. Now, they will be joining homes together in the Harry M. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. The complex is under construction and will be completed this fall.
With community coming together to support the arts means so much to both Spiva and Connect to Culture. It shows that it's alive and well in Joplin and the surrounding areas.
The hope is now under one roof. The two entities will be able to usher in the new era of arts in Joplin.
Very strange from, kind of trying to fit all of those puzzle pieces together in the beginning and putting together that larger image of what arts and culture is in Joplin, trying to figure that out and then make it accessible to other people.
With the Cornell complex providing more space and amenities, it'll open up more doors and opportunities.
More classes, more outreach. We'll be able to have bigger exhibits come in from the outside area that maybe we weren't able to have before because of the climate control issues. Here we have climate controlled rooms, both humidity and temperature, so that will allow us to bring in really famous artists from around.
In Joplin, Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
Cornell Center is set to open on November 12th. Freeman Health System begins construction on a new office building. The $10 million project will feature 3 stories and more than 30,000 square feet of space. Officials say it'll offer patients convenient access to dermatology services, general surgery, pain management, and urology. The new building will be near Freeman West, which officials say is going to be beneficial for doctors.
So a lot of times when you go to a physician, they order procedures or tests, and you have to go to other places to get those done. So we think it'll be more convenient to have physicians as well as the testing facilities consolidated as close together as we can get them.
Freeman's 30,000 square foot physician office building is looking to be completed around November 1st of 2023. City of Joplin recently completed a housing study to identify needs of the community. Some of the results show that there's a highly competitive renter and ownership market. Something to also take away from that study, the demand for different types of housing.
Development. Currently we have a record number of multifamily units under production compared to previous years, and still a very highly competitive and high producing single family market as well.
One of the advantages Joplin found in the study is the downtown area. Events and accessibility are key contributors. Speaking of the downtown area in Joplin, that is exactly where we are at the moment, Sam Lane.
Yep.
This is a great night to be out. The weather couldn't really be better than this.
I know it. The weather gods have smiled on us tonight because temperatures are very comfortable. The dew points are low. It's been a beautiful day so far, and we're expecting more of that tonight. So if you haven't come down already, do so. Lots of people down here at 5th and Main, where we're located. Come by and say hi. Let's take a look out right side right now on the radar. We do have a few showers, but they're mainly out towards the west. Maybe a sprinkle or two moving into the Independence area. Most of that is going to stay to the north. There are some storms way off to the north in northwestern Kansas, even some severe weather there, but that is going to stay well away from us. Over the last 36 hours, we're seeing temperatures have been on the up and down, generally in the mid-80s during the afternoon, and then lows in the 60s, and it looks like we're going to have a pretty nice night shaping up across our area. And of course, I'll be back in a few minutes to tell you all about the forecast, which does include a slight chance of showers.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks,
all right.
Sam. The whole state of Kansas is in a drought, but the city of Caney has declared a water emergency. The city asks citizens not to use water for anything other than to maintain health and personal hygiene. The mayor says they've been warning residents about this for about 30 days now, but some have not taken it seriously and have still, for example, been watering their yards, which leads to this extent.
And now we've shut the car washes completely down. We have called the restaurants and asked them to conserve water as much as possible. We're hanging door taggers in town telling people that, you know, every house in town is going to get a door tag that says, hey, we're in a water emergency and now you guys have to start conserving water.
While our patrol officers are out patrolling, I've instructed them if they see somebody watering that's not supposed to be watering, to just stop and talk to them and explain the situation.
The Caney police chief says it's not common for the police department to be the water police, as they're going to educate people about the regulation, but also write citations if necessary. Representatives of Arbest Bank presented a $5,000 check on behalf of the Arbest Foundation to members of Shine Joplin. Shine Joplin is an organization that provides a sense of belonging for adults with disabilities. An organizer says this is going to help the disabled community.
By having something like this, we've been able to give people who are not always employable, like my daughter who needs one-on-one assistance, we've been able to give them something that they can feel good about. They can give back to the community. They can feel a part of their community. And I just think that's extremely important for all of us.
That grant's going to pay for new engraving equipment, which will be used to train participants to make engravings and other decorative items that can be sold. Again, we are live at the Joplin Third Thursday event for our More Power to You tour. We're going to talk with a representative from Visit Joplin. That's next. Welcome back again. We are live in downtown Joplin for the Third Thursday event as part of our More Power to You tour. And we're joined now by Patrick Tuttle with Visit Joplin. A lot going on here in town. We're going to start with the cross-country chase. It's coming up this Saturday. Tell me about that.
This Saturday, some of the folks will remember last June we had the great race. We had 200 vintage cars in here doing a cross-country race. This is the motorcycle version. So they're starting in Springfield, Illinois and go into Santa Monica on Route 66. There'll be 100 vintage motorcycles, 1930 to 1960. They'll be here for a lunch stop. Not a real long visit, only here for an hour. But I tell folks, come down about 12:30 to 2 o'clock will be the window right here in front of Hackett's where they'll be at. So another downtown event.
It'll be fun to see those vintage motorcycles passing through town. Of course, that's going to benefit the communities along the way, too. Another thing that benefits the community in general is Route 66. Now, I know that during the pandemic, maybe particularly the international visitors slowed down a bit. How has the community weathered that, and are they coming back?
We track it every year. We work with the state on a report that comes out called Visa View, and we know from the last year that we're bouncing back. We had over 21,000 international visitors in Joplin, and some of those are tied to commerce and business and industry. We know that, but a good majority of those are on Route 66. We've had over 120 this week coming through.
This week alone?
Yeah, we had 2 buses come through, and they're full. So the Europeans are traveling back. We haven't seen quite the Asians, the Aussies, and the Kiwis yet from New Zealand, but we know Europe is back traveling again. And that equates to about $4 million a year of international spending in town, which the taxpayers would like to know. It's about $112,000 in taxes. So that helps the general coffer.
Visit Joplin Mo. It's a website that is visitjoplinmo.com, I should clarify. It's been around for a while, but has a new look now. What does that have to offer?
That's the main tourism website for the city of Joplin, and we push it really out there to the internationals and anybody beyond Joplin more than anything else. But folks in Joplin can contribute their information. So if you're a tourism-related business or you have a tourism-related organization that's having an event, put them on there. It's free of charge. We'll help advertise it. We'll get it out there. We think about people sitting in a hotel room or planning a visit to Joplin and say, well, what am I going to do? You know, hey, Dow's on Main Street on, this day, come downtown. So put it out there that's going on, and people will plan their visits around it. It's our main site to learn about Joplin. If you're planning a staycation, same thing.
Exactly. I was on the website myself this afternoon, and even people who are very familiar with Joplin might refamiliarize themselves by going to this website. It's a terrific website. Looks great. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Patrick Tuttle. Again, we are live at the Joplin Third Thursday event for our More Power to You tour. Sam returns next with this complete forecast.
Welcome back to the KOAM News at 6, live from downtown Joplin to 5th and Main, where we're finishing up our More Power to You tour in conjunction with the Third Thursday, held every Thursday, here in downtown Joplin. A beautiful evening. If you haven't had an opportunity to come down, please do so. It's a great night with wonderful temperatures and lower dew points, making it feel very comfortable outside. Let's take a look outside down in Seneca, Missouri, and you can see that on the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort camera. You can see a pretty nice night down there too. Just a few high clouds floating by, nothing really major going on. And if we take a look at the weather almanac, we made it up to 85 today after starting out at 62. Normals are 82 and 60. The records are 98 and 41. And of course, no precipitation today. And we are certainly very dry for the month of September, only about 1/3 of an inch so far. Over this last month, we've seen several days above normal, including today, with 11 days above normal, a few below normal, and only one normal day so far. And by the time we finish September, we're probably going to be several days above normal. Radar shows a few showers, mainly out towards the west, not really causing a whole lot of problems, shouldn't prevent you from coming down and enjoying the nice weather. We do have some storms up in northwestern Kansas, producing some severe weather there, but it's going to stay well to our north and west for tonight. Now, one thing that we are still dealing with is the drought, and the drought continues to get worse. The longer we go without any rainfall, it's only exacerbating the situation. We saw a little bit of improvement in the last couple of weeks, but now it's starting to get dry once again in southwestern parts of Missouri, so we desperately need the rainfall. One of the things that would help with the rainfall as well would be the allergies. Today we were 9.3 out of 12, a little bit better tomorrow. Most of that is ragweed and chenopod. Temperatures are generally in the lower 80s right now, a few mid-80s out towards the west with Sedan at 84, 82 in Independence. And right now we're looking at dew points very, very comfortable for this time of year, generally right around 60 degrees. Double Nickel and Commerce, 59 in Webb City. A little bit more humid over in Mount Vernon with 63 degrees. All right, let's take a look and show you what's going on as far as the current conditions right now in Joplin and here at 5th and Main. It's 82 degrees. It feels like 82 because the dew point is 58. Humidity 44%, and the pressure is currently falling under mostly fair skies. Tonight, we're going to see lows dropping down into the 50s and lower 60s across the area, maybe a few 70s thrown in. Then as we go through the day tomorrow, isolated storms possible, mainly to the west, with highs right around 90 degrees, lower 90s out towards the west, a little bit cooler off towards the east. Then as we go into Saturday, don't forget the Christian Hetty event at Webb City. We're going to see temperatures starting out in the mid-60s, and then by afternoon we're going to see temperatures rising into the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. And then as we go into Sunday night, or Saturday night into Sunday morning, lows once again in the 70s across the area, getting a little bit more humid. And then as we head towards the rest of the weekend, hot. 94 on Sunday, record or near record temperatures down by early next week. So not what we want to see this time of year.
You know another thing you don't want to see when you're doing a weather forecast?
Zombies.
Yeah, boys and ghouls are gathering behind us.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
A Social House Entertainment is preparing for the 4-State Music Festival, Pittsburgh State University's first ever country music festival. That festival is going to feature artists like Chase Rice, Cameron Marlowe, and others. An event organizer says it's going to be something for everyone.
We've got country music artists, we've got food vendors, retail vendors, we've got VIP lounge, we've got all the cool aspects, art installations, photo ops that you would get at like a 3 or 4 day music festival, but we do it in one day. So you get that true festival experience instead of just going to a concert.
Gates open tomorrow at 5 p.m. Still ahead, we're going to go live to Pittsburgh to hear from the Colgan Panthers on tonight's home opener against Riverton. And the newly nationally ranked Pittsburgh State Gorillas aim for a 3-0 start Saturday against Northeastern State. Jacob Leonard has that and more. That's up next.
Well,
This week is week 3 of high school football in southeast Kansas. Here in Pittsburgh, the Colgan Panthers host the Riverton Rams tonight in their home opener. Joined now by Colgan head coach Sean Seamatter. Coach, first game at home this season. First question, just how excited are you guys to get to play in front of your home crowd for the first time?
We're excited to be back at home. We've got a great crowd and great community that really supports us. We've got our Panther Youth Football Night tonight, so we've got about 80 to 90 little Panthers here coming in the locker room with us for the game and getting introduced at halftime. So it's going to be a great crowd and a great environment. We're really looking forward to it.
You guys are 1-1 to start the season. You go on the road to get a big win at Frontenac in week 1 and fall on the road to Girard in week 2. Those are two really good teams. What are your biggest takeaways from facing those two good, solid teams in those first 2 weeks?
Yeah, I thought last week both weeks we competed really well. Went toe-to-toe with some really good teams last week. Turnovers mounted, and they were just too good of a team for us to overcome them. So when we're on and we're playing well, we feel like we can compete with anybody, and we just got to clean up the mistakes and play our game.
This Riverton team that you got on the other sideline tonight, what stands out about them when you check out the film on them, and what challenges will they pose tonight?
Yeah, they've got some good athletes in the secondary, and on offense, they can wing it around a little bit. The quarterback can throw it pretty well, and they've got some guys that if we aren't assignment sound, that can get behind us and cause us some fits. So we've got to play good defense, and defensively they get after it. They play an aggressive defense, and so we've got to be sharp up front.
Last question I have for you: how do you feel about these Thursday night games? Do you like them, and does it give you a chance to get out and kind of do some scouting, tomorrow night?
We've been talking all week as a coaching staff. We hate the week leading up to the Thursday game because it's a short week and it's a lot of prep time and a quick turnaround. But the weekend after is kind of nice. You get the Friday night to go scout or just stay at home and take it easy for a change and get a quick start on the next week on Saturday.
All right, Coach, I appreciate you coming over here, taking the time to visit with us. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for your support.
At the college level, this weekend is family weekend for the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. Pittsburgh State hosts Northeastern State on Saturday night. Now, the Gorillas are 2-0 this season after beating 11th-ranked Nebraska Kearney last weekend. With that win, Pittsburgh State has cracked the national ranking, sitting at number 16 heading into Saturday. Now, it was a big win, but it's also just week 3, so there's still a lot of work to do for the Gorillas.
I hope it's another week of just preparation and working to get better, because that's where it needs to be, that's where the focus needs to be, and our team needs to be dialed in every week.
We really prepared the same we do every single week. We're going to respect our opponent, and when we get out there on the practice field, we're just going to fly around and do our job.
I don't think we've even skipped a beat. We've won that game, awesome, we're ready to move on and keep it going for sure. I'm sure that we have some confidence coming out of that game, but we've also been told how good we are after 2 weeks, and we need to understand that we're nowhere near where we need to be or like to be yet, and we've got work to do.
Finally, big one tonight for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs play their home opener against the Chargers in a big early season AFC West matchup. Both teams are 1-0 coming into the night. Game time for that one is at 7:15 in Kansas City. We're going to have the latest from that Chiefs-Chargers game right here tonight at 10. We're also going to have more from the Pittsburgh State Gorillas on Saturday's matchup with Northeastern State, as well as highlights from this Colgan-Riverton game here in Pittsburgh. That's a look at sports. Dow and Sam are back in Joplin after this.
Take a moment to recognize a military veteran from right here in Joplin. Robert Barker served with the Tank Battalion in the U.S. Army from 1947 to 68, including 2 tours in Korea and in Germany. And we are proud to salute Master Sergeant Robert Barker, a 4-state hero. Now, at the end of the 5 o'clock news, we were joined by a python. Now
I like this better.
Considerably less scary lion has snuck up on us.
Yes.
This is Rory, of course, from Missouri Southern. Cat's got his tongue. He can't speak, but the cheerleaders can. How about a go Lion? Well done. Hey, and the weather.
Oh,
beautiful.
The weather's well done as well. We have beautiful weather tonight, and it looks like it's going to stay that way all weekend long. Isolated storms maybe on Monday, but don't really too worry about that too much. Instead, we're going to see record highs maybe early next week.
See you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.